Tyler Perry's facing a 9-figure lawsuit surrounding allegations.
Tyler Perry, billionaire, mogul, storytelling genius. But now, his name is tied to something way darker than a family drama or inspirational tale. A 9-figure lawsuit. Leaked messages and accusations that could destroy his entire legacy are circling fast. And in the middle of this storm is the one person who stayed almost completely silent, Delilah Beal, his longtime ex and the mother of his child. But her silence, it's speaking volumes. And as more shocking details come to light, fans are starting to ask, did Delilah know the truth all along? And did she escape right before it all exploded? This is the story no one saw coming, but it's far from over. For years, Tyler Perry kept his personal life locked tighter than a movie script in development. He and Delilah kept things low-key. No red carpets, no relationship milestones on social media, no messy headlines. So when Tyler casually posted, "I'm 51, single, and wondering what the next chapter looks like," that was it. That was the breakup announcement. No interview, no "we've decided to part ways." And just like that, Delilah vanished from the public eye. No post, no shade, just gone. At first, people assumed it was mature, grown folks walking away peacefully. But now, that silence is starting to look like strategy. Like someone who saw something and chose peace over exposure. Because behind that carefully constructed silence, people started digging. And what they found? Let's just say the internet doesn't sleep. Whispers turned into blog posts, tweets turned into threads, allegations about Perry's personal preferences, double lives, and sudden fallouts with people close to him started surfacing. Actors disappearing from his circle, friends unfollowing him, and most of all, people started connecting dots between the rumors and Perry's intense need for control over his public image. Even worse, leaked messages hinted at Perry allegedly pursuing male actors privately, with some texts far from professional. And this wasn't just about who he dated. It was about how he allegedly used his position to pressure, manipulate, and confuse the people working with him. People began wondering if the lines between power and vulnerability had been crossed far too many times. Then came the bombshell. Derek Dixon filed a lawsuit against Perry, accusing him of sexual misconduct, manipulation, and creating a toxic, coercive environment. According to Dixon, their relationship started professionally. He says Perry approached him about roles, mentorship, career opportunities, but things allegedly took a hard left. Late-night texts, bold flirtation, and eventually claims of unwanted physical contact. One message read, "I would frack you. I haven't been touched in months." Another allegedly said, "Do you like it rough in bed?" Dixon says he shut it down immediately, but Perry allegedly didn't stop. He even claims that after being invited to Perry's mansion in Atlanta, he woke up to Perry touching his thighs, whispering, "Relax," and grabbing him inappropriately. Dixon says he felt trapped, caught between protecting his career and protecting himself. He remained silent for years, but when he realized nothing would change unless he took action, he decided to step forward. In 2024, he filed a complaint with the EEOC and dropped a full-blown lawsuit. And just like that, everything about Perry's public image changed. And here's where things got even creepier. Dixon says Perry cast him as a gay homeless man, trading favors for shelter. To outsiders, it looked like just another gritty character in a Tyler Perry production. But Dixon claims it was personal. He says Perry told him directly, "I want someone loyal, submissive, and dependent." It was a role, but also a reflection of what Dixon says Perry allegedly wanted in real life. By now, the internet wasn't just shocked. People were furious. Receipts started circulating, texts, screenshots, timelines, and all of it pointed to a pattern, one that couldn't be brushed off as coincidence. While this was all exploding, one person said nothing. Delilah. No support for Perry, no statement of disbelief, no denial, and that silence, it started to feel like confirmation. Sources close to her claim she'd been uneasy for years. Rumors say she witnessed late-night meetings, strange emotional bonds, even glimpses of messages that blurred every professional line. She allegedly stayed silent to protect her son, and possibly herself. And once Dixon's lawsuit dropped, everything changed. Suddenly, What once looked like a chill, grown-up breakup now looked like a carefully timed escape. Some say she stayed quiet out of fear. Others believe she waited for the right moment, letting the facts come out on their own. Either way, her silence is being interpreted as something much louder than words. As the lawsuit gained traction, so did the noise online. Fans split in two. One side shouted, "Cancel Tyler Perry!" The other cried foul. "He's being set up!" Some argued Perry was battling with his identity, a man struggling in silence. Others said that struggle didn't excuse manipulation or coercion. A few dismissed the texts as nothing more than awkward flirtation, but many pointed out the imbalance of power, the casting control, and Perry's total silence. That wasn't normal. That was calculated. And then came the blogs, the think pieces, and the video essays. Everyone wanted to dissect what was going on behind the scenes. What did Delilah know? Why did she leave so quietly? And could this lawsuit be just the tip of the iceberg? When you zoom out, the pattern becomes clearer. A controlled relationship with Delilah. Secretive casting decisions. Intimate messages blurred with business. Roles in his shows echoing real-life dynamics. It didn't feel like storytelling anymore. It felt like real life, leaked onto the screen. And Delilah caught in the middle. Only now, people are realizing she might have been the first to see the full picture and quietly walk away before it all crumbled. Since the lawsuit hit, Delilah has kept her distance. No interviews, no defenses, just silence. But behind the scenes, insiders say she's been focused on her own path. Activism, modeling, and raising her son outside of Perry's spotlight. Meanwhile, Perry's entire brand, built on emotion, redemption, and morality, is starting to crack. That silence he's known for, it's now being used against him. And for fans, the question isn't just about guilt or innocence anymore. It's about the image they've supported for years and whether it was all just a carefully maintained illusion. Perry's movies always painted him as a healer, a protector of the broken. But what if the man behind the curtain was hiding something all along? So what happens now? The legal battle is far from over. More receipts might surface. More voices may come forward. And with every new detail, the cracks in Tyler Perry's empire grow deeper and harder to ignore. This isn't just celebrity gossip anymore. It's a case study in power, silence, and the masks we wear to protect an image. Delilah's silence, it's no longer being seen as passivity. It's being interpreted as quiet strength, as someone who protected herself and her child from a narrative she never signed up for. The internet may be divided, but one thing is clear. Delilah's exit wasn't random. It was timely, strategic, and maybe even heroic. As more media outlets pick up the story and legal filings come into public view, Perry's camp remains tight-lipped. But silence in the age of social media? It doesn't stop the storm. It fuels it. Some believe more victims may step forward. Others say this will blow over. But if Dixon's case gains traction, this could mark a defining chapter in how we view Tyler Perry. Not as the filmmaker, but as the man behind the curtain. So what comes next? That depends on who decides to speak and who keeps choosing to stay silent. This is more than scandal. It's the unraveling of a brand built on morals, faith, and family, and the people caught in its shadow. If you've made it this far, drop your thoughts below. Do you think this is a setup or long overdue exposure? Like, subscribe, and hit that bell, because we'll be diving even deeper in the next one.